What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Darkest Dungeon. And we are going to take on the Brigand 12 pounder. There we go. So we're going back into the Weald. This is the crew that I want to go with. We've got Stefan, Tiberius, Nanami, and Skibo. And I think it's a pretty good group. 3 level 4s and 1 level 5. Let's see if we need to do any upgrading first. I've already given them their items. Ancestor's Candle, we've got increased protection there on Tiberius. She's going to have her increased healing, of course, and then accuracy and crit with some decent dodge on Skibo. Alright, let's check them out and see if we need to do any upgrading at all. Alright, Nanami needs upgrading. Go ahead and knock this out. It's going to be a bit expensive, but it's going to be worth it. There we go. Okay, what about skills? Looking good there. Alright, all good. Nice, I was hoping not to have to spend too much. So, Boisette is getting stress relief right now. And I also have Kata and Xenophon in here getting rid of some negative quirks. For about 1,800 apiece. I figured it was worth it. We can just start that train rolling. Getting that going. I don't want to upgrade the sanitarium too much because I am trying to save busts. We were very fortunate in our first run on the courtyard to not have anyone get infected. I've had it happen before. I remember the first time I played before they kind of nerfed it a bit. It used to be like if one of those things hit you with the thirst, I think is what the attack is called, like you were done. Your character was infected. You know, on the first run you would get all 4 people infected and you would just be like, well, I guess all my characters are going to start dying now because the Sanguine Vintners is pretty expensive to make with 80 busts. But they've nerfed it since then. It's not nearly as bad. And it's super manageable. So compared to what it used to be. So with all that said, we're good to go. But I still want to build it because I could see a place in the future where we just don't want to pick up blood. You know, it'll save us a lot of inventory space over time. Right now we value it because there will be a point, like there's no way to go through these epic long dungeons and not have anyone get infected. It's impossible. So we will need blood eventually, and it's one of those resources we cannot just buy. So we have to get the Sanguine Vintners online, and the sooner the better. That way we can start stockpiling massive amounts of blood. So we are going to go into the Weald today, Brigand 12 pounder. Let's provision. Place your bets right now whether or not we use those dog treats. Go pretty. This is a boss dungeon. I like to go pretty big on the supplies. Some of them definitely not needed, but this is probably fine. This is one of those boss battles where to beat it we just need to be in good health when we get there. We've got the synergy.
The wild whispers of heresy roused the rabble to violent action. Such was the general air of rebellion that even my generous offer of gold to the local constabulary was rebuffed. To reassert my rule, I sought out unscrupulous men skilled in the application of force. Tight-lipped and terrifying, these mercenaries brought with them a war machine of terrible implication.
Mm-hmm. He's like, man, they wouldn't even take my bribe.
The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
So basically, guys, we've seen this fight before. This is just a harder version of it. The idea is to try and kill the... Man, what do you call those guys? The ones who light the cannons. A fusilier, something like that. Trying to kill that guy as soon as he spawns. And we're going to use our little combo of point-blank shot mixed with the stun here, Rampart from Tiberius, and they'll shuffle each other around as needed, and when it's not needed, we'll just buff and do those types of things. We'll try and get command and bolster up, and we've got Skibo here for some stress relief. He also is very good at hitting targets, and with that increased accuracy and crit, he'll be a great help. And we have to go all the way through this entire dungeon to get there.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading
Kind of
corruption.
wishing I had brought 5 shovels with
Malformed
us.
with misintent.
And even an extra torches too. Alright, a tough battle right off the bat, and it's going to shuffle us. That's no good. But we do have some movement. Trying getting her to the back line, I think, is a good thing to do.
Masterfully executed.
Do these things bleed well? Not especially. They have an 80% resistance. Makes sense that slimes are resistant to those types of things. But that's still going to kill it. Nice. Riposte is such a cool ability. And while we're back there, we'll just use the buff strat on the man at arms.
Cuts on its own.
Go for the dodge first, perhaps. The odds of stunning this thing are low, but let's try anyway.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We'll get that next buff. Gotta love it. Awesome miss. And let us shuffle back this way.
Eradicated.
So we're handling this quite nicely. So let's just do some damage. A little bit of stress on Tiberius. Man, that riposte. Just wrecking people.
Prodigious size alone
Excellent
does not
crit.
dissuade the sharpened blade.
And a full stack of crest for our troubles. I can already tell there's no way these dog treats are making it, so we just need to use them in the next battle. We're gonna get greedy and use one of our shovels. Okay. No way we don't pick up 3 deeds here. So that was short-lived. Jesus. It might just have to be the citrine for the crests. And then the holy water is not very important in this place. We could just give them all buffs right now. And then the next thing we toss is going to be probably the torches. So I hate using the holy water. There's chances that it can become very useful.
Cruel machinations spring
It probably
to life
helped us resist that
with a
blight there.
singular purpose.
And just like that, I'm pretty sure that's a holy water interacted. Good movement. Start trying to kill these batteries. And let's bolster first. My style in this game is definitely to play more defensive than offensive. But there are times when you just gotta go for it. And I find myself, you know, having to play outside my comfort zone just a little. That's a pretty big blight. That's 10 damage. Get that riposte up. Alright, very dead. And we can do a little bit of healing.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Got
Unforgiving.
4 damage on here. It's dead in 2 turns.
Diminished.
Let's just heal
A
Skibo.
momentary
He has his own
awakening.
healing, but I'd rather him just keep doing damage. this guy is dead.
Slowly.
Very good.
Gently.
Got a
This
tiny
is
bit
how
greedy
life
there, but I
is
think it was
taken.
worth. 14. Tiberius with a mighty mace.
Ringing ears. Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Man,
Monstrous
I was hoping I
size
wouldn't
has
kill it so I
no
could get a free heal.
intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Okay, another one of those. Reorganize the party. And so, even without holy water, this still does reduce your stress. It's just not as much. And that's a really nice thing for us to get at this point. We're still very early in this run. Okay. When everyone's just that little bit hurt, I really don't mind getting a hunger check.
The light, the promise of safety.
So, a trampled journal, part 1 of 4. Sebastian's watch was his last. We were jolted during our evening's repast, the best we could make in these murky halls of our once great house. From the roar and flash of black powder, we dropped our bowls and hurried to him. All we could find was his spent pistol and a trail of blood leading into a maze of shadows. We press on. Yeah, we're gonna explore. No reason to leave a room
Packs laden
unseen
with
to.
loot are often low on supplies.
Another Darius one. This one takes bandages. Wow. Okay, what do we drop here? It's hard to say. I mean, sapphires are 1,000, but this is about 1,500, I believe. So it's like a full stack. Let's do one of those. Jeez. A lot of hard choices coming up on us. This will undoubtedly get to 1750, so I don't want to throw it away. The odds of us getting 2 sapphires this run are pretty low. It's tempting to get rid of these medicinal herbs. Or the bandages. I'm going to toss the bandages.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
And another treasure room. I'm actually a bit surprised by how much we're getting ambushed and how little we're ambushing. It's a good way to do some damage and get a heal on her. And that type of AoE attack bypasses the stealth.
Obliterated.
39 damage. Yeah, let's do that in the boss battle. This Nasher's dead. Does he land the bleed? Nope. Nice. Huge crits. We may want to buff our damage first. With the man-at-arms. Go for some stress relief. Very good. Keep the HP nice and high. We'll go for the stun. Perfect. And that may let us play around a little bit if we don't just get the one shot here.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
So 625 gold. I think we're actually going to dump the sapphire. Man, that sounds crazy. We could rest here, but that's a pretty bad idea considering how far we have to go. This will only be a terrible idea if we don't if we end up getting like a bunch more sapphires, which is unlikely. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Put our people back where they go. It's a pretty unfortunate layout to make us go past all of this. We don't have what we need to search that safely. We'll just leave it alone. May have been worth it to do it anyway, because we will camp soonish. Once we get nearer to our objective. And just like that, we're out of shovels. No, let's search this one.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Before Wayne started talking, I was going to say I hope we get a scout soon. Because we haven't had one yet. And I would love to know what's ahead of me. Happy to get one, but okay. A slobbering ghoul. It's a pretty powerful enemy. It's probably still worth it to get rid of her. We'll try and keep that torchlight high so we don't get critted. Stun there would have been huge. But if we get this kill, get some riposte.
Maintain the offensive. A momentary abatement.
Let's get rid of this thing as quick as possible. They cause so much stress and they do so much damage. Alright, 2 stacks of horror.
Returns even the boldest gaze.
And that ruins our torchlight. I don't know if I remember that. Or at least it looked like it did. Just stack another bit of bleed on him.
The blood pumps. The limbs obey.
Good stun. He's dead now, and we'll just try and make the most of our Cry Havoc.
A victory. Perhaps the turning
Using Bolster
point.
might have been good for that fight. I figured we could end it quickly. But it would have been great
Trifling
to
victory, but a victory nonetheless.
reduce the amount of stress we were going to receive by a decent amount. So here... I honestly think we dump the gold for now.
The match is struck.
Alright, some more stress relief. That's going to be great on her.
Born.
Perfect. And we just use her to help augment our torchlight.
Impressive. Inspiration and improvement.
We're marked, and what's the debuff? Minus dodge and accuracy? Okay. Great dodge. Keep him topped off. The last thing we need is him getting, like, triple critted or something. his is that he gets minus 33% stress whenever he lands a crit. Very cool. So these two are definitely dead. This one's got 4. The Tenacious Crone has 4 blood bleed on her.
Confidence
Excellent
surges as
riposte.
the enemy crumbles.
Dead? Yes, they're all dead. Very good. Everyone but the Crone, I guess. She's got one more turn.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Let's top off our healing. We're in such great shape. The only reason I'm a little bit agitated is just because of our inventory being so full.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
We could honestly get rid of a stack of food and probably be fine. For 1,550 gold. Let's get rid of the herbs, I guess. And we can get rid of her stress. Getting 2 of those fountains in the same run has been great. But man, we have a long way to go. Watch, we're going to run across another Shambler. Honestly, don't know if I would take the Shambler fight. This is a strong crew. Would probably do really well in the Shambler fight. Beautiful. I kind of like being able to get riposte on the first round. I think that's pretty good. As opposed to perhaps the point blank shot. Let's try and beat this thing down as quick as possible. The biggest weakness of this build perhaps is that we don't have a lot of AoE.
Annihilated.
But we can do that every time they pop up.
Soothed. Sedated.
His crit is bleed skill chance. Excellent dodge and riposte. This gentleman is dead.
The bigger the beast,
We could always just
the
move
greater the glory.
instead of attacking like that and try and get, you know, stress relief or something. It's just not worth it in this instance. But normally I would say you'd be right to try and do that.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
We are playing with near maximum greed. Good kill. And we get another one.
A decisive pummeling.
6 HP, almost certainly. Very good. I almost don't even want to know what's in there. With my luck, I'm going to go to pick this up. I'm going to drop this skeleton key, the last one. I don't want to camp here yet because torchlight is going to be very low. By the time we get to the boss, if I do that soon. Better to try and do it right before the boss. So in the room right before. We've still got 2 rooms left to go. Which could be nothing, but there's almost certainly not.
A singular strike.
Oh, nice. Jesus, y'all.
Be wary. triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I hear you, Wayne. I think it's going to be this stack of food.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
6 crests, eh? I do like crests. Man. Do I get rid of the key for the crests? It's gonna be like a secret room right here as soon as we get there. I can feel it, y'all. Let's do it. Maximum greed. This is more like it. Let's surprise some maggots. Surprise some maggots, that's what we needed.
Another abomination cleansed
Just an
from
easy,
our lands.
nothing fight.
Be gone, fiend.
Glad I went for that one. We just wouldn't even have killed this one.
Dazed,
A crit.
reeling, about to
A
break.
maggot crit into a stun. Unbelievable. I tip my hat to you, maggot. You gonna do it again? That's more like it.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Empty crate. So now our torchlight's gonna start dipping. Here we go, secret room. God! I called it, and we've got to go through an obstacle. Okay, good to know about that. We don't have the shovels we need. Oh my god, we get a key and a tapestry? Okay, stuff's getting dropped, y'all. We need to drop 6 crests can go. A tapestry? So I got one of these whenever I was playing that one mission by myself I said I would do. So you guys didn't have to watch me do the same thing 3 times in a row. It's 4,500 gold. A coarse, time-worn weaving bearing invocations of unutterable alienage. It's worth a fortune. Also, that key is going to get us back into that secret room. So that key is worth more than several stacks of this gold. I think we're just going to toss the padlock. So what we're going to have to do is come back here after the boss. And of course we fight the bloodsuckers in the dark. Here we go. First infected is going to be Tiberius. Please God, no. Alright, I think this thing is dead now. Yes, perfect. Let's go for the other one. Not quite. Maybe if the Vestal goes before it. Is it going to be
Such a
Skibo?
terrible assault cannot
No.
be left unanswered.
Not my boy Skibo. Alright, this fight is much more dangerous than it may appear.
Soothed. Sedated.
Keep our HP up. Do our best to get rid of these sycophants before they infect us. We don't have any blood whatsoever, so it would just be a straight up debuff to us at this point.
Mortality clarified
And they're
in a
critting
single
us here in the
strike.
dark. Alright, they're both dead now. So now it's just us and the supplicants. Very good. You get a little more healing done.
Soothed.
Excellent crit.
Sedated.
Kind of on the wrong guy, but that's okay. As long as we make it out of this without the curse, I'm happy. That was a little bit greedy. Man, what the heck? Look at all that blight. Alright, it's done. Done and done.
This expedition at least promises success.
A little bit of free healing. Alright, and some stress healing as well. So the plan is take this fight, walk forward, use our hands to destroy the obstacle, and then walk back here and camp. That's the plan. And then we go to the fight, then after the fight we walk back to the secret door. Get a little more torchlight for ourselves. Still get our riposte, thankfully. Let's get those buffs. The dodges may come up big for us. Okay. We'll take the heal. Really wish I could stun her. She's just going to keep messing us up, lowering our torchlight even further. Now we're in the dark. Excellent. We were still blighted though. Perfect. Gotta love riposte, man. You can get a ton of damage off riposte. He has riposte as well. I don't know if it's upgraded though. Might be worth using for the boss fight.
A momentary abatement.
Alright, she's done. Now it's just us and the potato. Not lucky on the stun. We should be able to get some more heals. Even some stress heals would be great. That'll do. Jesus, look at all of this.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
We can't do anything with any of that, sadly. Let's just take our free stress relief here and walk towards the boss. Don't want to mess with that. We have no shovels.
Without tools
and there we go.
You must rely
so we're completely in the dark now.
An indefatigable purpose.
And we're walking backwards, which is also rough.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Alright.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight.
And just like that, we're doing okay, guys.
Companionship.
We definitely want to prevent the nighttime ambush. And we're going to want to use Therapy Dog as well. I love having the Hound Master in these types of situations. An affectionate nuzzle should put your hearts right. Well said. Give ourselves some stress relief and protection. We don't have any super religious people, so that's not maybe the best thing to do. You know what, man, we should have done... No, it's the same. Okay, it's the exact same. We could have done a lot of things to buff his individual damage, which might have been cool. But this is definitely like a team effort type of build. So that's everything for us. Do we need Rampart as part of this build? Crush might be the actual thing that's out of place. Just his retribution isn't all the way upgraded. That's what sucks. Because Riposte might be better than just straight up attacking here. But yeah, not bad. We even have enough food to make sure we pass a hunger check either before or after the boss. And I kind of like this. I like getting the riposte off right off the bat. And we're fighting the boss with full torchlight. That's great.
A marvel of technology. An engine of destruction.
So let's do it. The Fuseman is how they refer to him. Alright. Well, we'll do one of these just to get the kill. Not so much to, you know, damage and bleed the rest. This thing has 114 HP, 9 dodge, 20 protection. Nice to not be taking any damage from him this turn. And this lasts for the entire battle, giving us that dodge. So let's get it. Ooh, he dodges our riposte. That's because he's still stealth. So he's just going to keep calling in the Fuseman. If we let the Fuseman light him, woe be to us. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to target him as best we can.
Precision and power.
All right, very good. How many turns is that?
Confluence of skill and purpose.
It's 2 rounds. Okay. Yes.
Blow.
So huge crit and accuracy. We'll do this to guarantee that we take out the Fusilier. Let's stun this guy. We're not doing much damage to the 12-pounder, but we will soon, I think.
Well
nice.
Struck.
We're doing great. Our buffs work really well together. And the riposte ends up being not super useful simply because the one guy who's attacking us is currently stealth. So we're never going to be able to hit him on the return. Excellent. Not letting their DPS get out of control. We don't want those cutthroats running wild on us. Alright, let's hope for a one-shot this time. Perfect. What does that give him? Speed, maybe? I think so. Good kill. We're getting so many crits, we're getting a lot of stress relief here. Let's make sure we keep this buff up. That crit is serving us very well. If they spawn him within... There we go, perfect. I was going to say within the closer rows, we can get our riposte back up. Just like that. Beautiful. Just like we wrote it up. And we even have a second here to get a full heal off. Start putting some damage on the 12-pounder. Patience is a virtue in this fight for sure. See how many guys he brings. 2. Okay. Made a little bit of a mistake here. 100% should have gone for the fusement. We can't stun him either. We have to kill him. Yes, okay. We had kind of a funny turn order. Threw me off. And this is perfect. That was the only unit he summoned. Or it summoned. So now we can just do some all-out attacks. If he summons only one unit again, that would be awesome. Okay. Not quite. Not quite a kill either, so let's keep using Hound's Harry.
Quakes.
Keep our bonuses rolling. By the time we're done with this fight, our stress relief might be down to like 0. Or our stress, rather. $50 HP left, that's it. Stefan is the man. 4 damage, we'll be dead in 2 turns. The Vestal might have done more damage to the 8-pounder than anyone else. Alright, a bit more dangerous. Dang, and missing there was rough. Let's see if we can do it like this. The Vestal's gonna have to help. If she missed there, that would have been terrible, but that's a kill. They're both dead. We just won't be able to stun the Cutthroat. But a double dodge is beautiful. Now we stun him until the next round. It's not even funny at this point, it's ridiculous. I really don't want to take the chance. Let's go for a stun here just in case we miss or something like that. And somehow, maybe because he's got an eye patch, Tiberius totally whiffed on hitting a cannon with a mace. You know, let's go for this. He's gone. We'll rely on Skibo to land a hit. And then either Tiberius or Nanami can hit the fusement. Perfect. 34 HP now. I watched a documentary one time that was pretty interesting on the first ever cannons that they used for siege warfare. I want to say it was like the Ottoman, was it the Ottoman Empire? Would take these just enormous cannons, basically like put them on a pile of dirt and then just shoot them at the wall of any given fortress they were besieging. Probably almost wasn't even worth it in terms of like the amount of manpower they expended in order to drag it around and use it. A powerful blow. Let's see what he does. The first time we ever let it fire. Hopefully I don't regret that. Ooh, I regret it. I regret that a little bit. But now you know what it does. Boom. Being the general idea. He's dead. We don't have to do anything. Great dodges. You gotta love a buff that lasts for an entire battle. Huge crit, only 11 HP left. We could probably go all in and just kill the cannon now. Let's just do it like we've been doing it. Quadruple dodge and the blanket fire. We're getting very lucky on that. I'd be the first to say it. Let's guarantee he's dead. Six life. Pretty much a guaranteed kill on any attack that we choose to do. The fusement is worthless without the cannon. There it goes.
Of twisted metal and splintered wood, at home amongst the headstones.
And the only reason I didn't do that sooner is because I wasn't sure whether or not they would just disappear like that.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay. I will, June. We want that blueprint. The rest of this stuff, unnecessary. Continue adventuring, because we still have to go back and visit that secret room, which is going to take up many more spots in our inventory. But without a doubt, one of the most profitable runs I've ever had. Getting multiple tapestries plus the whatever those things are called. I keep wanting to call them dodecahedrons because that's one of the first shapes my son ever learned. He was very proud of himself. I was like, you don't want to start with a he couldn't tell me exactly what a triangle was, but he knew what a dodecahedron was. I always thought that was weird. Nice, and we get Dismas's head. Sorry, Dismas. But this is one of those items I've been wondering where the heck it's been this whole time. Let's pick that up. These are worth 3,500 apiece right now. That's pretty valuable. We don't want to toss that. Do I just toss 2 stacks of gold? Or even like some crests? Let's do 1 and 1. Just like that, guys. Man, that was basically a full episode's worth of stuff. Jesus. Look at the haul. Add it all together and we easily made 40 grand off of this. Plus, you know, a decent number of deeds, busts, and crests. Our first level 6 is going to be Nanami. No surprise there. Vestals get a lot of use. On guard's really good. Stout's not so good. Unquiet Mind is unimportant. 5% virtue chance, something. But that was a nice...
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this
strategic
crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
Man. We ended up not taking any of those items back with us other than Dismas's head. Let's sort by rarity. So we've got all... are there 3 heads, I think? Junia's, Dismas's, and Barristan's. this one probably, I mean, it's good. 25% damage is huge, don't get me wrong. But the negatives are really crappy. They're very difficult to completely counter. So what do? We managed to make it out of there with almost no stress whatsoever, which is crazy. Let's just disassemble the group. So, man, what do we do now? We also didn't get another invitation to the courtyard because that group didn't have one of those little manservant guys. Like I said, guys, this is basically an entire episode's worth. Maybe we just go and knock out a Ruins run and Apprentice level 1. Just quickly to level up a bit. Take some of our level 2 guys, take Oz. Stanley we need to rename. Xena. There we go. We've got Xena. Let's take her with us. And into the Ruins, Blight is very good. Let's get our stun, do something like that. She actually could be a battle Vestal. Don't need illumination. Yeah, but she doesn't go well in the third slot. That's fine. Yeah, battle Vestals are great in the Ruins. And we'll end up running that probably against one of the bosses. But for now, this is a good group to go into the Ruins. That's a better formation. And let's go into the estate and check our group out and see how we can upgrade them. Alright. They're all hires, so their gear should be great. And it is. Was there anything here? No, there was not. Let's see if there's anyone we want to kind of help out a little. If it's not too expensive. Tiberius, what do you have? Nervous Bleeder? I don't like that. I really don't like Confirm, but it's locked in, sadly. Skibo's obsessed with killing. I actually don't even know how that manifests off the top of my head. Yeah, let's get rid of Nocturnal. And sure, let's get rid of Fear of Eldritch. We're getting close to the tipping point. Once we get to about 250,000, that is, I want to say 12,500 gold in interest per run. We'll basically never go negative again, spending like we're spending. We picked up another blueprint, also worth noticing. Cartographer's Camp would be cool to get. You need 300 crests though. Puppet Theater Suite, it basically makes it so that you never have to spend any gold doing stress relief ever again. It's only 200 crests. We probably could get this right now if we sold everything else, which I 1000% do not want to do. You heard me right, 1000%. And Performance Hall makes Jester a much better character overall, but I don't see any need to do that. So let's just go in and do this short dungeon run. Make use of our better items. Protection and stress. And then this, just making her stronger. Mostly in melee, not super worth it. But it is like a pure buff. Something like that. That'll do. No reason to overthink this. a stack of torches. We only need one, probably. We don't have any bandages. Let's just take 2. This is just a simple explore mission.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Nope. Don't touch books. Not in this game. I feel like you should always surprise maggots.
Begone, fiend! Executed with impunity.
34 damage. Xena, you may be very strong for this battle.
Back to the pit.
A little too strong.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay, good scout. We could go some tricky way to, you know, not have to worry about this obstacle. I don't really see any reason not to. We'll probably just explore the whole place just to make money.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Who's got the best chance? Got some 80s. Let's keep it pretty lit. Oh man, my wife just sent me some pictures. They're at the animal shelter right now looking at kittens. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, there was a time when I kind of like had a kitten follow me home basically one day on a walk, and decided to kind of adopt it, take care of it, take it to the vet and stuff like that. And we had it for a few weeks. It was the perfect cat, and I mean the perfect cat. His name was Bitten. And unfortunately, we were going away for a vacation, and the day before we left, it died, or it was killed, rather, by my neighbor's dogs. So, really unfortunate. And I'm kind of hesitant to get a new cat. It's one of those things, you know, I don't know if it's been too soon, necessarily. But Bitten made everything easy. He's a really kind of like a hands-off,
Another
really patient cat with my 2 little kids.
Lands.
I don't know. I'm kind of a big softie when it comes to that sort of thing, but I generally don't like having animals in my house. I know a lot of people have very different opinions on that, and I respect them. But personally, for me, I don't really like getting hair and urine and all that stuff that comes with having pets. And if you have the patience and the time to put up with that sort of thing, man, you're a saint. I just unfortunately don't.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
It's always a struggle for me to keep everything, you know, neat, clean, and tidy when you've got 2 kids. So having an outdoor cat like Bitten was great because he already kind of knew how to take care of himself. Just sadly, he got into my neighbor's yard where there's a lot of junk, and he got his collar stuck on some of his junk, and then the dogs got him. So, oh man, and the idea of that happening again is just too much, I think. But there are a few things better for little kids than to have a pet. Learn to take care of another, you know, little thing. Respect animals. I think all that's very important.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Probably one of the most important lessons for a kid to learn. Maybe above all other lessons is, I would say, empathy. And you can learn a lot of that from dealing with baby
In
animals.
Radiance, may we find victory.
That blight is huge. That's 15 damage on 2 guys over 3 turns. And then you can just stack it over and over again. Not to mention the little bit of damage it does.
The slow death.
That's sick.
Unforeseen.
Don't sleep on the Plague Doctor. Okay. It's all valuable stuff. We're just going to sell those dice. We already have some on the Jester. Okay, let's get rid of this. We don't need it. A third trap. At least we've seen them all. She's 3 for 3 right now on Pont. And we need to explore one more room to be done with this place. We'll probably explore both, though. Might as well get paid while we're getting paid. One of the biggest benefits to this run, though, is probably going to be the 7,500 gold that we're getting in addition.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
And let's continue. Okay. I mean, it's whether or not that curio is worth it, is the question. And I would assume it is. With my luck, though, it's going to be some books. What do we got? Okay, this could be some heirlooms. Nope, empty. I'm kind of always hoping there might be a fight, but of course there isn't. And that's it. So, I mean, not bad. The blood is worth something. The dice are worth something. Ruby, a little bit of gold. And we're going to pick up some good experience on these guys.
The great ruins belong to us. And we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Still didn't get him to level 2, though. That's weird, and we picked up the runs. This is worth getting rid of, and this is worth locking in.
All my life, I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
So this gives us the opportunity to purchase one of these crystals, but you have to have 30 of these shards, I believe is what they're called. And we don't have any, so we're just passing on that. We're going to go and defeat the Miller very soon. Level 2 Antiquarian, that would be nice. Let's get rid of her runs. Dodge and max HP. Light sensitive. Oh, she also has Warrior of Light. This is 8 grand. That makes Xena quite the investment. Let's just do it. Whatever. Whatever. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. So, unequip. Rearrange. And then let's come down here and sell. That'll help us make some of our money back. It's actually a really good bounty hunter item. We just have so much better stuff already that we can afford to toss it. Okay. I think that might just be about it. Let's see if we leveled up the ruins. We didn't. We're close though. So in order for us to start taking on these bosses, we probably just need to do one of these. We can get an All Saints Day and then immediately go back in and beat the boss. That's a pretty good series of events for us. I've also been wanting to take on the farmstead and show you guys the Miller battle. But this is actually nice. Gather 3 holy relics. Excuse me. Bring out the boss, and then we fight the boss with the benefits from All Saints Day. which I think give us, you know, increased stats in the ruins on the next time we enter it. So that particular strat makes sense to me. There may be something similar in the cove that we could do. What is this? Commander's orders. Okay, you can make him a bit of a healer. I think that's going to be it for today, guys. My brain is a little bit fried. So just to share a little bit of like what's going on in my life with you guys. If you wonder why maybe my commentary is a little slow, things like that. Like, I am exhausted. It's my kids' last week before they go back to school. I have them all day long. It's like 103 degrees right now outside, and I've been doing tons of yard work. I ordered a water rower online, and I had that delivered a few days ago. I've been using that thing like nonstop as part of my workout routine, and I'm like exhausted. And I'm still in the process of putting together my computer. It's basically done. There's just a few technical things that are kind of confusing to me, and I don't want to mess anything up. Every component is so expensive that at this point I don't even know if I can return them. The last thing I want to do is mess up the motherboard in some way, mess up something. So I'm being like kind of hyper careful with it, and I've been so distracted in so many different directions that I just haven't been able to focus and get it finished, put together. But like I said, I'm like 75% of the way there, and basically I just need to see if it runs, you know, do the whole BIOS, put in the you know, Windows 10, and then from there I'm just downloading games and I'm good to go. But yeah, so it's just one big thing after another, and then a bunch of other real life stuff I'm not even gonna bore you guys with. But something cool that happened, maybe this is useful to some of you guys if you're as old as I am. If you're 16, pretty much disregard what I'm about to say. But if you're like in 21 over, maybe you're a homeowner or something like that. My wife showed me this website that you can go to. It's like a government website that, depending on what state you live in, it has different names. But it's basically a way to reclaim money that was lost, that was supposed to be owed to you, but for whatever reason that money never got to you, right? So she was looking herself up and she found someone owed her like $50 or $100. So she went and she filed a claim, and they sent her the $100. Well, she looked me up and saw that someone had owed me $2,000. So I got the check for that in the mail just the other day and cashed it. I'm trying to remember right now off the top of my head what the website's name is in Texas. Let me check my email real quick, 1 second, because some of you guys might really. It's like unclaimed property. It's called Claim It. So like Claim It, and then like whatever your state's name is, and it's super legit. It goes through, you know, like your tax assessor and all that type of stuff. But $2,000, like someone like my old, it was basically like escrow money that never made it back to me for like my last house, and I couldn't believe that. It kind of made me mad, to be honest, that they just didn't even try to give me my check, or maybe the guy who bought my house didn't even bother to like forward the mail to me. But that $2,000 went a long way in helping to pay for my computer, and I was super grateful for that. That's one of the ways that I was able to make it happen, that plus that Amazon sale day. So a nice confluence of events, as Wayne June might say. But like I said, guys, that's just me being tired. It's me sharing a little bit of my life with you, and hopefully I can be more focused. Once the kids are back in school, like next week, I'm just gonna have nothing but time to finish every little thing that I'm trying to do, and to start streaming and doing that type of thing. Probably would be streaming some Darkest Dungeons as well, so look forward to that if you'd like. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I've got a Discord if you'd like to check it out. The description, or the link, is going to be in the description down below. If you've been watching my channel for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that. Pretty cool with everyone who's ever subscribed to my channel. You know, I consider you guys friends, and we talk quite a bit. And if you want to join in on that, the discussions that we have, the stories that get written, and the jokes, just yeah, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks guys, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Take care.